Here we go. Live in the collective. I'm going to wait for people to jump on here to today's bonus training, Thursday at 5 p.m. August 27th, Energetics of Money and Magnetic Marketing. How to Never Sell Again. This is going to be a good one. I'm excited for it. As always with these trainings, I'll wait for some people to jump on. As you jump on, comment below, let me know that you're here so I can see, since I can't see who is viewing. For those of you guys watching the replay, I welcome you if you're on YouTube to feel free to send me a message and let me know what landed for you in this training. If you are watching this in the group, engage just like you would, as if you were live on the training. So as some of you decide to jump on in, comment below what's going on, Nicole. And there's a lot here like there are for other trainings. There's a lot here. What's up, Substance? This is going to be a really good one for you. Perfect timing for you, my friend. Really good. Glad you're here to tune in. I'm going to cover a few different things in today's training, so keep commenting below as you join in. I'm going to cover, obviously, the title is Energetics of Money and Magnetic Marketing, How to Never Sell Again. Underneath this, you're going to unlock what is or isn't working and how you are selling to potential and prospective clients. I called this also at the beginning, Energetics of Investment, Magnetic Marketing, Long-Term Results and Revenue. I'm really interested in helping people build long-term results, not just short-term wins, right? So they can look like two different things, but the industry is really built around the shiny object of here's the short-term win, but guess what? Those people really struggle the next time around. And so I'm going to get into that. I want to get into the energetics of investment. What's up, Andrea? Tuning in from San Diego. What's going on, Scotty? Good to have you here, brother. So guys, keep commenting below. There's 8 of you here. I'd love to know who's here. What's your intention? Just comment below. Out of the topics that I'm mentioning, just go ahead and comment which one are you most excited about listening to. I want to get a little pulse for why are people really here? What will provide the most value? If everybody says the same thing, I'll spend a little bit more time on that. So here are the topics. Energetics of money, magnetic marketing, how to not sell to people again, but be incredibly profitable, long-term results and revenue. Those are the three: energetics of money, magnetic marketing, long-term results and revenue. So the three topics. Inside of those three topics, so just comment below and let me know what's most interesting to you. What's going on, Amanda? Nice to see you here from Australia. Good to have you here. What's most interesting out of those three topics? So let me just real quick, I'm going to put these into the comments so you guys can see them. Here you go. Energetics of money, magnetic marketing, long-term results, revenue. Which of the three are you most interested in learning about today? Just so I can spend a little bit more time and hone in my focus. I have a lot of, so Substance, I figured, magnetic marketing, getting new client signups, beautiful. Scotty, curious to know how to attract new souls without selling and the typical marketing strategies to build it on. It's beautiful. Andrea, long-term results and revenue. Amazing. Thank you. I like it. I have a feeling most people will come to this for magnetic marketing, how to sell without selling, right? How to get clients without needing to sell. But Nicole, I'm super excited about all, but I'm feeling the energetics of money. Great. So everybody's got a little bit of a different answer here. Here's the different things I'm going to try to tune into. I have pages on this, so I really don't know if we're going to get to everything. I have one, what it means to be ready to lift off in your business and life, what's really behind the energetics of investing in yourself. And for Substance's point, this will also help you understand your clients, potential clients, and start to bring in more revenue. That's going to include the energetics of money and the energetics of investment. The next piece is why the investment process in and of itself. And so I'm going to just actually put this in here so that you guys have this. So here's the first piece. The next piece is why the investment process in and of itself. And while you listen to this, if you have any particular questions, I would love for you to just hone in and share with me what's the question. Next part is why the investment process in and of itself catalyzes a massive breakthrough and ripple effect into all areas of your life. What you might need to know that you're not seeing about this for the clients that you're asking to enroll and work with you. Second piece, put it in the comments for you all. Number 3, how to avoid the shiny objects of the coaching world and actually create long-term results for short-term wins. I'm really passionate about talking about this, and this has probably more to be about me being on my soapbox about how I see the coaching industry running and what I would actually like to see occur. And I believe is my responsibility and all of our responsibilities what we actually want to co-create here, because it's impacting millions of people. Really, really important. You guys might not be as interested in that one as I am at this point in my journey, but for me, I love that topic. This next little piece, how to craft a business that works for your life. I'll see if I get to this one. And then the one that everybody's waiting for, probably a lot of people are waiting for. How to use magnetic marketing where you never have to sell anything again, instead of old paradigm fear-based sales marketing rooted in scarcity. I'm also going to spend a little bit of time in this training talking about, and I'm going to link it in actually, my own group coaching program, which is starting very soon, essentially now. There are people on this training already who are in the program, such as Scotty, and I'm sure others. I didn't see all of the comments here. And this will be an example to you guys, a real life example I'm going to share completely transparently. This is what you can expect with magnetic marketing. So I'm going to start there because this will be the most interesting topic for most of you. I think it's why most of you are here, and it's at the end of the list, so I'm just going to start here naturally. This group coaching program was a spark of an idea. I had my 9-month mastermind. It had 33 people in it. I strategically was going to turn it into a 4-month program where it is specifically for people who are looking and ready to birth their businesses through into reality, looking to create impact and amplify their income, looking for people who are interested in creating $100,000 years and impacting 100,000 lives. That's my vision. I want to create as many entrepreneurs as possible that are living that reality and creating that reality for others. And so I didn't post anything about this program. I didn't share anything about this program, except for just really sharing the truth is that there was immersion as I went through these trainings. I was receiving a lot of you reaching out to me and literally sending me messages, hey, how do I work with you? This is actually, a side note, the exact same thing that happened to my own coach. This is how his mentorship program came to life. And so I want to share this with you all because it's a really interesting way to approach marketing, sales from a place that lives genuinely in your heart, that's not driven by your mind. And you're going to understand why that energetically makes a really big difference when it comes to you actually leading a business. Not you just, by the way, the language of signing people up. It's you leading a business and you being of service and helping people. So in this case, you're looking for the way that you can serve people the most, and you're speaking specifically to it. You'll notice in these trainings, I have honed in so specifically on combining strategy with mindset, strategy with shadow work. This is my whole essence. I combine strategy and shadow work, right? Why do people work with me? Because I'm very specific in the sense that I'm not just such a sales and marketing person and just a business coach. I'm also not just a transformational life coach and into shamanic work and spirituality. I have a way of combining the two, the shaman and the business coach, that comes together in such a way where all of the mindset stuff that comes up in the limiting belief and the shadows integrate into a sustainable long-term approach that is exactly the support that entrepreneurs need to have successful businesses. Without mindset and shadow work and spirituality, you're not going to run a successful business, I promise you. Without the inner work, you can't have the outer results. Now, on the other side, if you just work with somebody who's doing life coaching and just doing energetics, but you don't have a strategy to back it up, this is the blend of the masculine and the feminine, in short, in essence. Right? This is what sacred light is all about. It's the blend and the balance of the masculine and the feminine. And so you have to ask yourself, where can you bring that balance in? But here's my point for magnetic marketing. I started really honing in with that message and being very specific with all of you guys in this training. Very specific around strategy and shadow work, not going outside of my lane at all. As I started to do that, a bunch of you started sending me DMs and messages, hey, how can I work with you? Now, in the past, I only had my 9-month mastermind. It was finite in terms of time, which, by the way, was not I wouldn't suggest that in terms of business offerings. It did not make sense strategically in terms of a business offering. It didn't allow people to come into the program, right? So it didn't make sense from a business offering. So please take this advice. If you're thinking I'm going to run a really long program, make sure it makes sense in your array of offerings. But my point is, I had this 9-month mastermind, so I've had years of people, how can I work with you? And usually if one-on-one coaching is full and my mastermind is in the process and I can't take anybody new, then my answer is you can't. You can't work with me, right? At a time I wasn't even doing one-on-one coaching, I was just doing the mastermind. So at some point I said, you can't work with me at all. And that was a limitation on my service. It was also a limitation on my business that needed to be uncovered. And then I had to retweak and create new offerings. And so organically, I'm being honest, as you guys reached out, this was the universe responding to me magnetically saying, hey, how can you serve and support these people to step up and into $100,000 years, impacting 100,000 lives, and literally just from your heart give your medicine in a way that's going to really support them? And so naturally and organically, this program came to life because it was asked for. Because you guys asked for this without using the words, by saying, how do I work with you? And so naturally, what happened magnetically is that I haven't shared anything about this program into the group, and 7 of you, now Regina's on here, Marissa's on here, the last 3 people who commented, all in the program so far. 7 of you have already paid it, actually 8 of you, I just had somebody do it as well. Now 8 of you are already in this program, but I haven't posted a single thing. If you're just following me on social media, you don't even know that this group program exists. And there are 8 people in it, which some people might struggle to get 8 people in a program after weeks and weeks and months of marketing. So the question is, how do you do this? How do you do this? And I want to talk specifically for a moment to those of you who are interested in the program. I want to lay out a few different details, because I'm going to, my plan wasn't to share into this group, and I'm going to share about magnetic marketing. What is your intention? So first of all, why did I not want to share into this group that I was doing this program? Because the intention of this group wasn't to use this as a place to just bring you guys in and sell you something. And right now it's 11:11 and there's 11 people in the group, right when I said that. The point of this group was to be of pure service. My intention of this group was to be of pure service. That's exactly why it will be an enormous magnet for abundance. Because my intention was not to sell you guys. I've been put into other groups. Whereas as soon as, wait, first of all, comment below if people have done this to you. I've been put into other groups where immediately they tried selling me something, and so I leave the group. Or I've been put into groups where nothing happens, and so I leave the group where it just sits there. Why is this group successful for everybody that's in it? Why do people receive so much value? Because I'm in my commitment to be consistent. Where in your business or your life are you not in your commitment to be consistent? And where is your intention not aligned with the outcome that you're trying to reach? So there are business coaches who will put you into these groups. The only reason they're putting you into them is to sell you something. That's their intention. So energetically, people pick up on that and they either leave or they don't engage. This group is different energetically, not contextually, energetically, because I consistently show up every Sunday and I don't hold back on what I'm delivering to you guys. I don't say yes, but I'm going to hold off on something and wait for somebody to pay for it in order to give. I give you guys as much as I give my private clients. It's just a different setting. I'm giving you everything that I got every single time that I show up. So are you? Are you showing up online giving people everything you've got? If you're feeling like you can't, then you need to create a container for it, for your magnetism and your energy to not be leaking but contained and channeled. A lot of you have a lot to share. Why does a Facebook group work really great for me? Because I can channel all of my energy in here. I'm not going to put all of that energy into my public profile because people aren't going to receive it, and it's not while they're there. You've said yes to your intention to be here because you want to receive this information. And so I meet you in an energetic commitment and engagement with the same level of yes to show up for you, the level you're going to show up for me. Do you see how this makes sense through all of your coaching engagement, through all the way you guys are sharing on social media? You're putting weight, so people, I will say this to you specifically, Substance, and there are other of you who do really great on your social media, but you're putting too much energy out and your energetics are leaking into, and you're trying to convince people who don't want to be, they're not even asking for you to share in a way that you're sharing to them. So you're trying really hard and you're forcing, which is creating an energetic resistance, and you're blocking the flow. Yes, Scotty, value, 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 give, but not just to anywhere. You sharing all of your energy everywhere or anywhere is going to create leaks everywhere. This is a huge landing if you guys get. You trying to give all of your energy anywhere is going to create leaks everywhere. Please capture this one, Marissa. Always captures the quotes. You trying to give you all of your energy anywhere is going to create leaks in your business and your life everywhere. For those of you who are doing this, you probably have poor energetic boundaries, and you have boundary work that you need to do. So you're overgiving, and people aren't even asking you to give. I was talking to a client this morning, my client Joe, and I was saying to him, we become really obsessed with pulling people towards outcomes without even checking back to see with our clients or people in our life, do they even ask for that? Do we even check back and say, is this even working for you? Is this what you want? Is this even what you asked for? Or do we get so driven in the masculine towards the goal and trying to make things really work for people, we stop to pause. We don't stop to pause, and we forget that they never asked us to take us there in the first place. This is energetically what you're doing with people. This is what you're doing with your family when you're trying to convince them to be a way that they're not. This is what you're doing with people on social media to try to convince them the way that they're not. Trying to sell them something that they don't want. This is what happens to network marketers when you reach out to 1 million people on your contact list. You spoil your chances of long-term success by coming from a place of scarcity and not knowing and thinking you can create short-term wins. This is the same problem that coaches are coaching people into how they run their coaching business, and it doesn't work. You're going to find a lot of long-term holes and leaks. So, I told you guys there's a lot coming through for this. Stop giving all of your energy away and save your energy to channel it into the people who actually want it. This is your people pleaser trying to give all of your energy to all the people who don't actually want it. People don't want that shit. Save it for the people who want it. It's why I stopped doing, from a business standpoint, a social media standpoint, it's why I stopped doing lives on my personal page about things that I should be doing them here in this group. I don't even do lives on my public page. Maybe once in a great while I'll do them again. Right? So take this to heart. Do you have a space? I don't mean Facebook groups, email lists, this kind of thing. Don't come with intention. Do you have a space where your energy can be channeled and contained, or are you leaking it all over the place and it's coming from a place of you trying to convince everybody to be on the same boat as you when they want to be steering in a different direction? Let people opt into you. Don't try to force feed them your message. When you let people opt into, I'm letting people opt in and join this group, the collective. They're joining. Okay, they're saying, yes, energetically, I want to be here. And so now, and I actually had to move through this process because now I'm at the point where I get to share with you guys that there's even a group program. This was my own process, right? My intention, I had to realign with my intention, which was to straight up be of service. That's why this is a full training, not just a sales pitch. It could have just been a sales pitch. I'm going to pull the curtain back so you guys can be fully transparent. This could have just been a sales pitch. But I'm allowing you to see how I run this behind the scenes because I literally have the intention that I want you to succeed and create $100,000 years. I don't want to give you some secret formula and try to bait you into something. I want you to literally make a lot of money in your business and create a lot of impact. Not just do that, but get the right people to work with you. So you feel energetically sovereign, they feel energetically empowered, you create results that can then be replicated, and you start growing your ecosystem organically because you have an irresistible offer that people really want to take in. Regina, they need to be able to deliver, you need to deliver a message for them to resonate with. That is a huge part of the strategy. So good question. Your intention is literally just to create messaging and resonance. Your intention is just to create resonance and then have a call to action for people to opt into. This is a really high energy. I don't know if you guys can feel this. So I'm going to breathe for a second. This isn't going to just create a breakthrough in your business. This should create a breakthrough in your life. If you notice the places where you're giving away your energy and then you're expecting to get clients and results and people to sign up, when your energy is leaky, your intention is distracted. When your energy is leaky, your intention is, people don't know what your intention is when your energy leaks. Energy is felt, not seen. Especially if you're like me and I'm working with all of you, you're empathic, you're intuitive, you're highly sensitive, you're light workers, you're healers, you're coaches, you're all intuitive first. So you're going to feel it long before you're going to see it. You need to feel, like in a masculine sense, you need to feel like the structure, the focus, the discipline. Now I have the space. By the way, this is the masculine structure for me to just do whatever and channel all of my energy. That's also really important. A lot of you are using your energy, your feminine, your creativity, and it has no boundaries. Even your creativity doesn't have boundaries. So it can't be received succinctly. People don't know how to receive your energy. How is this showing up in all areas of your life where people don't know how to, you're getting frustrated because people don't know how to receive you. And so ultimately you're not receiving because of that. This is an energetic money block. You're not receiving because people don't know how to receive you because you haven't created a clear boundary or space or container for them to do so. And it's the reason, back to the first point, why if I tried to coach you all to the highest level of success without a container, a confined, this is one container, but this group coaching program is another layer of container. It wouldn't work. I can only take you so far. You have to opt in and say yes, and I'm going to get into the energetics of investment. why it matters so much. But if you don't have a container, your energetics are likely creating an incongruency in between what it is you say you want to do, aka your intention, and what it is you're actually able to execute on, aka your energetic output. I know I'm using language that perhaps you're looking for how this can apply, but I trust that you guys are all energetic, you're intuitive, you get what I'm saying and I'm putting down. Because I have the right people in this group. I trust this message is being delivered to the right party and you get it. But there's a comment below if you're getting this so far, and if this is resonating, and if you're picking this up, and if you're really seeing how this is maybe showing up for you. Just comment below yes if this is showing up for you in your life, and if you resonate with this, if this is valuable for you, and you can see how this one thing is playing out in all areas of your life. It's really high energy, guys. Really high energy. Yeah. Happy to hear that. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, resonance. Beautiful. So, my first invitation to you all, and my first suggestion. Yeah, Scotty, what containers do you use to channel your energy? The short answer, that's a really good question. I'm just going to answer it because I think it's going to, at a strategic level, I think a lot of people are going to want to know the answer to this question, Scotty. So strategically, how to build your business, get clients, and use these as funnels. Okay, so email list, Facebook groups. Yeah, I would say start wherever you're at. If you don't know where to start with the Facebook group. It's free, it's easy, it's less complicated. There's a lot of advantages like this where you can really engage. It will build confidence, if nothing else. Just make sure your intention is right. Make sure your intention is right. It's a way to bring your avatar from La La Land, which is living in, you basically on a Facebook public profile, people scrolling news feeds, into a place where they're opting into saying yes, so you're not force feeding people the energy. So it doesn't really matter the container. I like to work, and we'll do this tomorrow in our strategy session, Scotty, as part of the program. I like to tune into what is the right space for each person because I think it's different for everybody. If I just say this is the answer, it's not going to be correct for everybody. People operate in different ways. Yeah, substance, your audience is not on Facebook and neither are you, so perfect. So you don't need, then a Facebook group's probably not the answer for you. You probably need another solution. Right? It could be an email list. Could be even a group chat. I've had people, you don't need to complicate this. You just need to ask yourself, what would be most exciting and most aligned for me? There's not going to be a magic formula here. I'm just going to give you all the options you already know. But for my client Joe, who's not even on social media right now, it's like he's just sending out text messages, and it might be like a text group. He might be doing this one-on-one. It might not even be a group. You might be overemphasizing the group, and it might be what's right for you is that you need to cultivate personal conversations that then lead to conversions. But you're not doing a good job at bringing people from the larger conversation into the intimate conversation, and people buy based on that level of intimacy. It's a thing that my coach teaches as well too, and it's true. It's the same thing as conversations, lead to conversions. It's like people are going to buy based on a level of intimacy, and so you're leaving them over here, but you're not bringing them into a siphoned container in a conversation. So magnetic, I've got a lot to go through here, so I'm going to kind of, if you have other questions, shoot me a DM offline. I'll be happy, but for now I want to, this is about intention, and I want to get through as much as I can. This is about intention. So my intention coming into this group, your intention, no matter what it is you choose, is not to sell. Because if you do that, guess what? If you do that, you could end up selling people and you get the wrong people into your program. I've had coaches sell me on programs, and then I didn't get what I wanted out of it because it was the wrong fit. Their intention was not to give me this space which was going to help me succeed, like the best chance of succeeding. Their intention was to sell me something. So they succeeded in selling me. So how many people have succeeded in selling you something? But if it's not the right fit, if you don't have somebody coming from abundance, from the coaching perspective, tune into, is this going to be the right thing for somebody at the right time? Then you're going to create a misalignment and an energetic imbalance anyways. And so this is a whole other next level beyond how do I reach the person? A lot of you are intentionally coming from a place of how do I reach the people? Because be honest, are you asking that question because you want to sell them? Are you asking that question because you want to serve them? Are you asking me that question because you want to sell them or you want to serve them? If you're asking because you want to sell them, then that is the energetic incongruency that's causing you to not create clients. They can feel that. But if you're showing up because you just want to serve people, then my intention is just get people into this group, into the collective. I want to serve as many people as possible. I want to impact a million lives. My goal is to impact 1 million lives. To have 1,000 entrepreneurs serving 100,000 people each and impact 1 million people. That's my vision. So how do I do that? I need to get the numbers in that case. But so my intention is only to serve. Your choice to then buy is your choice. That's your intention. If you want to go to the next level, you're going to pay to work with somebody. That's just a simple thing. I know that, you know that. I desire to do that with the right people, only the right people. Why? Because I want to take you to the next level and help you impact those 100,000 people. It's aligned with my vision. But that has nothing to do with me wanting to sell something. Can you guys feel the difference that I'm speaking to right here? It can be very subtle. It can be very nuanced. But most people in marketing and coaching and in most of these industries right now are coming at you with an intention of selling. And I hear people say all the time, oh, I don't like this person's approach anymore. These are friends and peers. They say, I don't resonate and align with this person anymore because it feels like they're just trying to sell me something. They are. They are just trying to sell you something. You can feel it. This isn't a vilification. It's just you. This means people who have a lot of money can still be living in scarcity. People who have hundreds of thousands of followers can still be operating from scarcity. They might not know it. But if you're feeling like an icky salesy thing, it means you're feeling a sense of scarcity that you don't want to replicate. So here's how you don't replicate it. One, are you willing to tell somebody something isn't right for them? Are you willing to say, hey, I've sent people over the years, hey, go work with this coach. This isn't going to work for us. This isn't the right fit either, whether it's money or energy or whatever. I'll send people to the right person every time. Next, your intention has to be right. I already went over this, right? If you create it, your intention has to be right. You can't be holding on to things. This is so important. You can't be, if I give them too much, they won't buy from me. I need to save this for my paying clients only, right? That's scarcity. That means subconsciously you believe you don't have more value to provide inside of a paid container, so you're saving the good stuff and you're holding on to energy that should be free. You're holding on to energy that should be given freely. You're holding on to money that should be circulated. Can you see how this relates to money? Don't hold on to things, guys. Don't hold on. This is the energetics of money. Don't hold on to money. Don't hold on to value. Don't hold on to energy. So many of you are on social media scrolling and consuming, but you're not giving back. And you're creating a block in a circulation of abundance, and you're wondering why money doesn't come to you. Let this land. I preach on this all the time, and this is so important. You are so conditioned to consume, and you have so many excuses around why you don't give. This is a hard truth, that you're over-consuming and under-giving. I would love for those of you this resonates with to just be honest and say yes below. You're over-consuming and you're under-giving. You're consuming social media or whatever it is in your life, in this example, social media, but you're not giving back. You have to be giving back at the level you're taking. If you're not, you will have an energetic block, aka a money block. I promise you. It's simple. This is the law of circulation. Right? So stop following all these other people and stop consuming mindless information and not knowing what you're doing with it, but not being committed to giving back at the same level. But if you consistently show up and do so consistently, and you're not afraid, this is the other really big thing, to share your successes, share your wins. Stop being like the people pleaser that is afraid to speak to the impact you're actually creating, but then being really soft with why people should work with you, being really soft with trying to get people to understand the spiritual language around why you do what you do. People don't care and they don't get that. People will be drawn to you if you're all of a sudden confident enough and strong enough and committed to sharing your successes. Because why? I'm not afraid to share with you guys that I have clients that are creating, $18,000, $50,000 launches. Why do I put these numbers out? Because I know I can create the same results for anybody who says yes to working with me. I hold a level of confidence. That energetic then permeates into anybody that chooses to work with me when they choose it. It's why everything is always filled. Why all of my programs and my spots are always filled. I'm also confident that they will be, so they do. I'm not even predicting the reality. I'm speaking it right now. I'm sure of it. This group coaching program is going to fill every single time. It hasn't even been talked about, and there are 8 people signed up for it. So that gives you an indicator of Like, know where you need to be and go there. Stop hesitating. So many of you are in an energetic of hesitation, which is different than execution. People don't feel certainty for you, so they're not willing to be certain to sign up with you. If you're having trouble enrolling clients, it's because you're living with uncertainty in your life. They feel that energetically, and so they don't want to sign up with you because they don't feel safe. When people feel uncertain, they feel unsafe. Why do people enroll to work with me? Because I'm so convicted. If you haven't noticed it, I operate with so much conviction, so much confidence, so much commitment, so much consistency that people feel certainty in my presence. Right? Comment below if you feel certainty and safety in my presence. Just to get a gauge of this. I'm not trying to do anything with my ego. I'm speaking my honest truth. I want you to see where the block is for you, because people likely first of all, this is going to be a huge money and business breakthrough. They don't feel safety and security and stability around you. So they don't feel safe with you. So they don't trust you. And so they're not willing to buy from you. And to work that back, people buy from you because they trust in you. When they trust in you, it means they feel safe. But safety is created from certainty and confidence. So if you lack confidence, you're going to lack certainty. When you lack certainty, you lack conviction. When you lack conviction, you lack the permeation and the energetic of safety. And so people are not going to say yes to go to riding with you. Why? Because I'm inviting all of you. This is really important. Most of you are life coaches and healers and working in spirituality. This isn't like you're trusting somebody to work with the energy. I don't let anybody work with my energetics. I'm very specific around who gets to like tap into my energy field, shamans that I sit with, people that hold ceremonies. I'm very specific around coaches that I choose. You should be too, by the way. You fucking really should be too. Because you're letting somebody into your energetic field. You're letting somebody work. You're trusting, I trust you to stand with me as I go through the deepest shadows of my life. Why would they say yes to working with you in this kind of regard and going into these deepest places if they don't even trust you? That's literally energetically impossible. They will never say yes. So wherever you lack clients, you likely lack confidence. Wherever you lack clients, you likely lack confidence. You don't actually believe that you can do it. You lack conviction. You have to be so convicted that there's no doubt remaining. And if there's still doubt, go into your shadows and do the work. Say yes to working with somebody and dive into the doubt. It's one of the things you guys are going to be doing this group coaching program. So I'm sorry to tell you now, because this is what it's going to look like. It's like I combine the strategy, the business, with the mindset, the shadow work. Right? Because I know all this shit is going to come up for you. When I compel you to take action and put yourself out there, it's way faster. It's going to be a quantum leap into bringing all your shit up. It's going to project you into energetics of standing with confidence and conviction and get you out of your stories, so your stories are no longer stronger than your strengths. Your excuses are going to dissolve by the wayside. And your safety in being seen is going to reinforce and grow over time. And you're going to start to magnetize people who start feeling this new energetic within you. There's a reason why this works every single time. Of course, yes, you have to be fully committed to it. Yes, you have to be all in on it. If you waver and start to fall back into doubts and don't do the work, aren't willing to do the inner work, you're not going to get the external results. I tell everybody when they start working with me, hey, if you're not here and showing up fully all in, I'm not going to be sitting here at the end of it where you complain that you didn't get the results. It's like, you can't control the process. You can't like try to get your fingers into the pot. You can't be like, this isn't working for me, because it's going to work, but you have to be all in and committed. And a lot of you are not all in a lot of areas of your life. You say that you are, but you're not. I just signed up yesterday for a coaching session with somebody. The most expensive thing I've ever paid for one session. And one of the questions was, how committed are you? I love this question. It's so simple. How committed are you on a scale of 1 to 10 to transform and break through in your personal and your business life? And I said 10. Without any hesitation. I said 10. So I want to ask you guys the same question. I'm stealing this from my brother that's going to be coaching me. But I want to ask you the same question. On a scale of 1 to 10, be really fucking honest. 1 to 10, how committed are you to breaking through and transforming your personal and your business? Your personal life and your business. 1 to 10. Be honest. 1 to 10. Don't just say 10 and then be like, no, speak vulnerably and truthfully. You're going to find out a lot even in the process of asking yourself the question, because I said 10 right away and then I was like, okay, is that actually true? Do I show up as a 10 in all areas of my life? You should be checking in and tuning in with this question every day. I honestly suggest tuning in every day. As you guys are answering, I want to explain the group coaching program really quick because I'm already talking about it. So, because and so many people here who are in this, Regina, Lauren, Scotty, Marissa, there are others who are on this live and are in the program. Marla now, who just jumped on, she's at 100. Marla is jumping into the group coaching program. She's our number 8. So here's what it looks like, guys. It's a 4-month program. It's going to be 3 group coaching calls a month. There's going to be a private Slack group for everybody to engage in, daily accountability and support. The thing that most of you guys, like I said, Marla, the thing that helped most of you guys the most is consistency, support, accountability to keep pushing you to be a 10 every single day. To be a 10 every single day. To show up as a 10 every single day, and to give yourself grace in the moments that you can't. And to be held in a space of love. And so it starts with a 2-hour strategy session. For those of you who are interested, listen to this replay, watch this. You can reach out to me for more information because there's a whole outlay of this program. And I haven't shared this, and I'm not sharing this. This is magnetic marketing right now in process. I'm sharing this. The people who are an actual yes are going to reach out to me because they're going to want a spot in this program so that they can receive these results, which is different than me putting this out there. And then people are like, and I'm being in the wavery energy of like, I'm not here to convince you. You're gonna know. So I'm holding space only for the people who are all the way fucking in, fully committed in their conviction. If they're not a 10, they're willing to go to a 10. If you're a 7 or an 8, you're willing to go to a 10. You're saying, yes, I'm willing to get out of my own way, trust the process, and leap into this for real. So it's 4 months, 3 group coaching calls a month, private Slack group, daily accountability and support. You have a 2-hour strategy session at the beginning of the program to start. Scotty's is tomorrow. Other people are scheduling it throughout these weeks. The program itself is going to start in a few weeks, like in terms of the first group call. So it's almost like a rolling enrollment. So people are signing up now. They're getting in their strategy sessions. I don't know. I can't say how many spots I'm going to hold for this program. People keep asking. And I'm going to speak to this because I don't operate this way. I don't believe in this bullshit like marketing approach. I'm going to be so honest and transparent with you because I hate this shit. I really, really don't like this. I don't like the this many spots left. I don't like the, I feel like there's so much scarcity, fear-based programming and NLP like psychology that some coaches who are claiming themselves to be top coaches are still using this shit. And it's like, to me, it feels so dirty and so scarce to talk in this way because it's basically you're having people buy something based on FOMO. Right? And that's going to leak into your business. Trust me, that's going to leak into your business. If not now, eventually. It reinforces scarcity. I'm not here to do that. I'm not playing that game. If that doesn't get you to buy into a program, great. Don't buy into the program. I'm not here to do that. People are going to buy in and say yes. I'm not going to play that game. And this whole FOMO thing, X number of spots left, this is something I'm going to be really a stand for in the industry. I don't agree with any coach who tells people to keep doing that. So please, if you're on this live, don't do that anymore. Right? If you're attracted, you're attracted. I don't need to convince you otherwise. You're going to reach out. Right? You just have to know that it exists. I wasn't doing a good job of giving everybody equal opportunity and sharing the opportunity even into the group or on these lives. Right? So I was noticing my own blind side of, if I was the person who was in the collective in this group and I wanted to join the program and all of a sudden I decided it was full and you didn't know it was even existed, it would be a missed opportunity for you, and that didn't feel good within my system. So I'm allowing this as an opportunity for people to tune in. If you're a yes, you can reach out. You can send me a direct message. There's not like a sales page. All the information is on a Google Doc. Right? You'll know if you know if you know. But I'm not going to play this many spots left. Join up in this amount of time. You only have 3 days. No, I'm not playing that game. Just like I told somebody a couple of days ago who's doing another program with me, like a one-on-one, like a privatized thing. When do you need my commitment by? And I said, I honestly don't care. I honestly don't care. I carry this energy to a lot of things. I don't care. This has a specific start date. For most things, I'll tell people, like, sure, when do I sign up with you? But it's like, hey, whenever. You know, this is the honest truth. There's 1 spot left in my one-on-one coaching that I said, this is what I said to somebody else. There's 1 spot left. It's going to get taken, you know, and then you'll have to wait another 5 months for a spot to open up. And so this is the way that I operate. I'm not like, hey, trying to pressure somebody to do something in the moment. That's like NLP, scarcity, fear-based bullshit that is going to make you money as the person on the end who is selling it, that will make people money. It's making people money. And it's also perpetuating something in the industry that I don't believe in, which is a perpetuation of fear and scarcity. So I'm not rolling on that way. Okay, that being said, that's all I'm going to say about the program. You'll know if it's for you. I don't really feel like I need to get into who is this for and who is it not for. This is for you if you're ready to lift off and take yourself and your business. If you're actually ready and committed to, okay, I'm finally ready to birth the business, or I'm finally ready to take the business next level. I'm finally ready to create income around this thing. I'm finally ready to like be serious about this thing, fully committed and convicted. And I want to be around a group of other entrepreneurs who are going to take this seriously and launch off. So that being said, I'm diving back in. Magnetic marketing, I feel like we're covered. Crafting a business, I feel like I've really talked about. I want to talk about the energetics of investment now, because we're talking about this group program. We're talking about why people are not signing up for other programs. You know, why you might be having trouble like being in. And Andrea, that's beautiful. You're having an energetic shift. I love this. I can feel that as I'm reading what you're writing. I want to talk about why you might be struggling to attract clients because of not seeing the energetics of investment from the place. Like understanding the way that this works is really, really important for you as somebody who's going to invest in yourself. A lot of you, everybody who said yes to this program so far has gone through a major process. As soon as basically everybody said yes, they reached out to me, hey, I'm going through this huge process. It's bringing up all this shit. And it's like I said to Regina, and I think I said this in the group, you're saying yes to basically a ceremony. The same thing for those of you who said ceremony. You're saying yes to a dissolution of your ego. You're saying yes to deep shadow work. You're saying yes to a transformation in your life. You're saying yes to an evolution. You're basically saying yes to an ego death. You're saying, yes, I'm willing to let a part of myself die, and I'm more committed to the part of myself that I know is possible in the life in front of me, that I trust, than I am attached to the part of myself that is keeping me stuck behind. And for those of you who are having trouble signing on clients and building businesses, I just want to share this bit of information. It'll be really helpful in understanding what is actually happening. One, what happens in people's consideration before they say yes, and two, what happens after they say yes. So what comes up for people is what they're saying when they say yes, first of all, is yes, I'm worth it. I'm placing my trust in a future timeline. I'm leaping forward to the time where everything is created, everything is flowing to me. My business is already here. My life is already changed. You have to help people feel that. This is so important. You have to help people feel that. Because all their shit that's around them in their current circumstances that has kept them in their current circumstances is going to come up. I'm going to repeat that. All of their shadows that have kept them in their current circumstances and are currently surrounding them in their current circumstances are going to come up to try to prevent them from moving forward. This includes, but is not limited to, their limitations, their limiting beliefs, their fears, their ego, their excuses, their doubts. All the parts of you that don't believe you're worth it, all the parts of you that don't want you to change, all the parts of you that don't trust it will work, which there's a deeper belief there, all that believes that you won't work. There's all the parts of you that don't believe success is possible for you. All the parts of you that believe that you're going to fail no matter what you do. All the parts of you that don't believe your life can change. Imagine the energy that is necessary to take somebody beyond that. Imagine the energy that is necessary to take beyond what I just mentioned. I just mentioned to you all the shit that's going to come up for people. Now here's my question. Is the way that you communicate to your audience, aka your potential clients and customers, clear, strong, and convicted enough to pull them through that shitstorm? Are you confident enough that you can take them through that? Do you believe you can bring them through that? That's the first question you need to ask. Do you really believe, deep down, be honest with yourself, that you can take them through that? If you don't, then they don't believe you can. You're not going to be the person for them. Do you believe you're ready to go through that? This is the problem for a lot of people, because they're unwilling to invest at the level with themselves they ask their clients to do so. How is it possible that somebody's going to say yes in terms of an energetic congruency with you? How is it possible? If you're not willing to invest in yourself, people say this all the time, but it's true. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, why the fuck would somebody be willing to invest in working with you? If you're basically subconsciously, unconsciously saying to the universe, I'm not willing to step through this shit myself, why would somebody be willing to walk through this shit as well with you? You're basically saying you're not sure if it will work. I don't have a full enough layer of trust. So why would they have a full enough layer of trust? Everything you are doing or not doing is being energetically and consciously communicated in the language you use, the posts that you make, the conversations that you're having, The conversations you are not having, this is creating the level of imposter syndrome that has you not speaking. This is why they say you have to love yourself first before anybody's going to love you. Somebody can only love you at the level that they love yourself. Somebody can only invest in you at the level you're willing to invest in yourself. This is a big one for some of you, because these two things might be matched. This might be a self-love issue for some of you. People can only love you at the level that you're willing to love yourself, and people can only invest in you at the level you're willing to invest in yourself. So if deep down, beyond all the business talk and the strategy and the masculine approach here, if there's a part of yourself that you honestly in your heart don't believe is fully worthy, or don't believe is fully capable, or don't believe is strong enough to hold the energy that it's going to take to move through this, and you're having a hard time loving yourself through this process and being confident enough to stand through it, it doesn't mean you need to stop completely and go on hiatus. It means you just need to commit yourself to doing the fucking work, to walking through that. And I've been through that. Everybody else on this live has been through that. Anybody who watches this replay has been through that. The only difference between you and anybody else is the level of commitment. And that's hard work. Yeah. I feel you, brother. And so what we're doing together is we're reacclimating to a higher level of a higher resonance, a higher vibrational field of worthiness. But in order to feel worthiness, you have to see what you're worth. You have to see it reflected back to you in your environment. And what reflects back to you in your environment is going to be a reflection of what you're holding internally. So if there's any part of your vibration that's holding on to an internal belief that you're not worthy of a certain amount of money, or a certain amount of love, or even a certain amount of confidence, or a certain amount of clients, then that is going to deplete your energy and unconsciously prevent you from being consistent, to your point, Aaron. It's going to prevent you from being consistent. The thing that most of you, not just Aaron, the thing that 90% of you struggle with the most is consistency. Why is that? One, you probably don't believe like people want to listen to you consistently. Two, more importantly, you probably unconsciously are operating from a belief that you don't have enough to share in a weekly training every Sunday. Be honest, do you believe if you showed up every Sunday and did a live on your page, when people, like coaches, have you do something like that, the reason why is not, well, some coaches will have you do it because they think it's a business building. It's really not. It's not even a smart approach. But I'd like to believe the deeper thing, and why I would have somebody do that is simply to just be in the essence of being seen, allow themselves to be seen in that way, number one. Number two, to believe that they're worthy of showing up every week on the live, and to believe they have enough to show up, and to allow people to be in the commitment. Probably, if you're not consistent, you probably also have a commitment thing. I'm not speaking specifically to anybody, but I'm just saying, usually when people lack consistency, they're also afraid of commitment. Look at how this shows up. You have to commit to showing up every week for a live. That means you need to show up consistently for it, and it means you're more committed to your excuse than you are to your consistency. You're already presuming and assuming that you're going to have an excuse why you can't do that one of the weeks. So I don't really want to do that. I'm afraid it might give up my freedom. I might give up this whole story, but it might give up. You think you're sacrificing your freedom to be consistent. So many of you are afraid to be consistent and committed because you think it's a sacrifice in your freedom, which is a huge illusion. Structure creates freedom, consistency creates results. Actually, one of my clients is the one who said that on one of our mastermind calls. I cannot claim that one. Joe O'Connor, my brother. Structure creates freedom, consistency creates results. I know at least the first part was structure creates freedom. I loved that. So for those of you who are not being consistent, notice where you're afraid of commitment. Commit to yourself. Commit to your growth. Make a commitment right now to yourself that you just noticed and brought into awareness the thing that's holding you back, and you're ready to break through it. That's all that you need to do. People will overcomplicate this day in, day out, over and over and over again. You want me to make this really simple? You need to be, if you know that consistency and commitment are your thing, then you need to commit to being consistent. You need somebody to hold you. You likely need somebody to hold you accountable. That's why a group is also really good beyond just one coach. That's why I like the group coaching format, because it's a whole group of people to hold each other consistent, to accountable, to hold each other, and it creates and it perpetuates a lot of consistency, which creates momentum, and then momentum creates results. So consistent, it's like commitment leads to consistency, consistency leads to momentum, momentum creates results. But a lot of you are like out of the momentum, you're out of the consistency, you're not committed really fully to anything, you're half-assed committed to a lot of things. You're in and out of lots of programs that you're kind of committed to, but you're not really all in. You're willing to put in a little bit of money, but not this amount of money. That is, I've been there, I've done that and been there and done that, and that is why you don't get results from. And ultimately, every single time I increase my commitment, I increase my consistency, it increases my momentum, I get more results, and then I replicate the process. And that's what a lot of you need, right? Yes, Scotty, it's why I invested into this program. Accountability, supporting consistency, then everything else follows. I love that. Claire, I agree on that one about my freedom and consistency. Yep, this is true for a lot of people. I notice personally, this is true for a lot of women. This is a conversation that I work with a lot of female clients, and I really notice this come up around. There's a fear around thinking, and it's true for everybody. I went through this. I didn't have a free Facebook group, by the way, fully transparent if I haven't shared this before. The reason why I didn't have a free Facebook group for years, I was told to do this by my first marketing coach ever years and years ago. I think I've shared this. And I had resistance to it because I was still living in the story that I would be giving up my freedom if I had to be that consistent in a free Facebook group doing these types of trainings. That was my story. So I wasn't consistent. I didn't commit to it. I wasn't consistent. I never created the momentum to get the results that I said that I wanted. So you guys are saying I'm a vibrational match for whatever, $250,000 a year. And the truth is you're not. You're not a vibrational match because you're not committed at the level that it requires to earn, hold, and manage $250,000 to even receive it. You're not consistent enough to create that level of revenue and income. And so there's an incongruency, and this is why you will feel internal conflict. You know what's possible. Is it possible for every single person in the group to create $250K a year? Yeah, of course it is. If you're consistent and committed enough, it is. And you have to also trust and be patient and build this through a process, not be like, I need this thing now. It's not the way it works. Claire, because in the past I was very consistent and committed to a work that was not authentic, so I took some time to be more in my feminine flow to heal that and be more authentic. Now I can be more in the structural maximum. I love that. Yes. So true. And that's the reason why a lot of us are then reconditioned into it. So really good reflection, Claire. I love that. I love that. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? I'm going to just see if there's anything really important that I missed. I think I mentioned this. How to avoid the shiny objects of the coaching world and actually create long-term results for short-term wins. Guys, selling something once is not the same as doing it again. Launching a program that creates money is not the same as building a business. Please do not go and work with people who are going to just teach you how to launch things. You're going to burn out. Like anybody, you want to know how to launch a program, like create a sales video and let people know that you're doing it and see who signs up. Anybody can do that. So there's a difference between short-term wins. Don't be confused by short-term wins versus long-term results in building a sustainable long-term business. You might prosper in the short term in a lot of areas of your life, but you also might completely ruin your long-term chances of success. I used this example earlier. Network marketers, I'm sure you guys get these messages all the time. I don't know how many of you are network marketers in this group. I'm sure there's quite a few. Please don't reach out to all your contacts and send the same message. Yeah, you might get 5 people to say yes and maybe some money and you think you won. Meanwhile, you just spoiled 95% of your prospects, aka potential leads, by taking an awful approach where you could have brought them into an ecosystem for long-term cultivation where they really learn to trust you and actually read your messages, right? So don't fuck yourself over in the long term by being tempted and seduced by short term. And there's lots of coaches and people in the industry, they're like, what do you call it? They're what's the term? Like being baited, like by the carrots, I guess, is that the term? I forget. You know, when people try to kind of like seduce you into like the shiny object and the carrots of like, hey, you know, this is what you're gonna get if you do it in this way. It's like, it doesn't work. It's not, maybe that works. That's how to launch one program. You're gonna notice a lot of those people when they market the results of short-term wins, they're not gonna follow up and market the long-term failures and struggles. Just keep that in mind. Aaron, fear around not creating results even when you have. I know it comes back to worthiness and people feel that energy. Yeah, so Aaron, feel free to, since we're jumping off this in a second, feel free to shoot me a message offline because I feel like that needs some expanding. Fear around not creating results even when you have. I mean, the first question I'd ask you is like, why are you afraid? If you've created the results before, are you trying to create different results for different types of people? What happened that led you to believe you can't recreate those same results? It feels to me energetically like something occurred that I don't know in between the first time you created the results and now. This happens for a lot of people, right? Are those even results? Back to the conversation I had with my client this morning. Have you even checked in that you're not attached? This is so important for all of you. Are you guys attached to the results you want to create for your clients and for the people who are meant to buy from you? But they haven't even opted into those. They never said they wanted it. We had to really unpack this with my client, and I do this with a lot of people. It's like you're being driven to try to build your business and your coaching business, whatever it is, around like creating an outcome and a result, and you're working really hard and running really hard. It's very masculine, like towards the outcome and towards the goal. And you never looked back to check in and say, oh, hey, did that person even ever say that they wanted this, or am I just trying really hard? Thanks for being here, brother. Looking forward to our strategy session tomorrow and lifting off in this group program with you, bro. Love your energy. See you, Scotty. So I'm going to close here momentarily. I'm just going to look and see if there's... the only thing that I didn't mention is the essence of being, what it means to be ready and to lift off in your business and life is a perfect place to close. Just remember, for those of you like earlier, Substance mentioned this. There are other people who talked about acquiring clients. For those of you who watch the replay and watch this and want to know more about like, how do I get clients? Okay, Aaron. Yeah, I can continue the conversation with you because I energetically feel there's a lot here. There's a lot more here. So here's the thing. For those of you looking to acquire clients, and this might be true for you too, Aaron, this is around readiness. People are coming up with the same excuses not to change your life that you're coming up with not to change yours. This is going to be like one of those hard truths that some of you are going to have to sit with for a little bit. People are coming up with the same exact excuses not to change their life that you're coming up with for yours. So you have to break through your own excuses first if you're ever going to expect somebody else to do the same, right? You're going to have to break through your excuses first if you ever expect somebody else to do the same. If you assume somebody needs a certain amount of anything to work with you or buy from you, a lot of you are in an assumption game. Number two, I don't know if that person has enough money, enough time, enough energy, enough reputation. If you assume that they need a certain amount of anything to work with you or buy from you, you're already placing an energetic limitation around them being a match to your offer. Don't assume somebody isn't or ready to change something that is causing indescribable and sometimes subtle pain in their life. Don't assume they're not ready to change it. And don't project that they're not ready to change it or not ready to invest just because you're not ready to invest and you're not ready to change it. This is going to be another harsh truth that some of you are going to have to listen to. A lot of you might go through this training. I don't know. I'm not going to project this upon you, but there may be some of you who go through this and you say, okay, this group coaching program sounds great, or whatever it is that's out there that you know is going to take you to the next level. And you're going to assume that you can't afford it when you don't even know the price. You're going to assume you can't afford it without even knowing the price. You're going to assume there's no way for you to even be creative and find a way to get there without even asking. You're already counting yourself out. Where else do you do this in your life? You're already counting yourself out. Your clients, your prospects are doing the same thing. They're counting themselves out. If you're putting up the post that you have spots open to work with you, they're not reaching out because they're already counting themselves out. They're already assuming it's either too expensive or that they don't have the time. They're consumed with excuses. But it's likely because you have the exact same excuses and you're unwilling to admit it. Right? You have to attract people who are willing to go to the exact same place as you. So take the action that is going to be equivalent to what you're asking people to do. I don't even mean in the terms of money. I just mean you have to be willing to get through your excuses and your stories and your bullshit if you want other people to say yes to going through a similar journey with you. And don't assume and project that they're not going to just because you do that shit. Right? A little bit harsh, but it's true. Sometimes you need to hear this. And you're not just offering a solution, right? This isn't just like problem solution, this old paradigm of coaching. Here's the problem, here's the solution. It's not just that. Remember, you're offering them a different timeline and you're telling them it gets to be easy. When I'm speaking to you all, even about my group coaching program, when I'm speaking about this, listen to the nuances of how I speak. I'm speaking from a place of conviction. This isn't a marketing ploy or sales tactic where I say, I'm so convinced you're going to get results. No, I know that. I know if you're all in and you're fully committed and you actually show up and do the work, you're going to get the results. So I'm not projecting anything less on you, and I'm not assuming that there's anybody who can't afford it. And I also am not talking about it like you have a problem and I'm offering you a solution. I don't believe in that way of even selling. That can even end up fear-based. I think way beyond that. This isn't just problem solution kind of thing anymore. I'm literally saying if you want to be a yes to the timeline 4 months from now, where you either have a business or the business you have is experiencing success and profit, and you feel yourself your inner world and your outer world are starting to align, and you're on top of a lot of the shadows and the stories and the excuses and the limitations that have held you back, and you're experiencing breakthroughs, and you're starting to really do your sole purpose and your mission here on earth, then I'm offering an invitation for you to be a yes to the timeline where that is your reality. And I really encourage you guys to start looking at sales in this way. You're not selling anything. You're inviting people to be part of a future timeline where the reality has shifted. You're no longer selling anything, so let go of this language from your vocabulary. You're positioning yourself, like from the beginning of this training, for those of you who jumped on late, with the magnetic marketing, go back and watch from the beginning, to create a container so your energy is not leaking. You have people opt into being a vibrational yes, so you can meet them with a yes and come with this much energy that I've been coming with nonstop for an hour now. This much energy, because the container is so clear that you can meet in the middle, your yes and their yes, energetic opt-in. In my case, a double opt-in. My strategy is get a double opt-in. Yes, do you want to hear this? Yes, do you want to hear this? Get people to opt in twice. And then come with so much force and so much strength, and then simply invite. Simply invite. And so that's what this is. That's what this is. In this case, I've had all of the people reaching out to ask about this program, and so organically it was created. And now this is an invitation to the rest of you. If you're ready to take off and lift off, this is the invitation. This is behind the scenes magnetic marketing. What's going to happen? What's going to happen for me? I'm going to pull the curtain back again so you guys can really get this, so I don't hold anything back. What's going to happen for me inside this group coaching program? Not only is this program going to fill up, because people are attracted to magnetism, not by like forcing and pushing and using this FOMO scarcity bullshit. People are attracted to magnetism. So the people will be attracted to it, but the more important thing is, instead of me trying to put this out there and get you guys to like align with this thing, the perfect people are going to align with this. Not just the avatar. All of you in this group are the avatar. But you might not be my ideal client. And right now, the ideal clients are the ones who are saying yes. What is the difference between my avatar and the ideal client? It's really one thing, level of commitment. There are those of you who are really committed who said 10. You're my ideal client. There are those of you who are, to be completely honest, you might not be fully committed, and that's fine. That's okay. This might not be your time, right? But I can't work with you if you're not fully committed. I've tried in the past. I can't work with somebody who's not committed at a particular level. That is an energetic imprint of a certain amount of money invested. It's a certain amount of time. It's a yes to a process. It's a yes, I'm fully committed and I'm all in and I'm going to not hold anything back. It's a level of vulnerability, honesty, and transparency that you're saying yes to showing up with. It's a commitment to the group that you're going to show up in that way. I need a yes on all of these levels, otherwise it doesn't work. Because the energy I'm giving is too much and your commitment is too low. And I can't work, my energy is so high, I can't work with low commitment. And I promise you, you can't either. If you're attracting the wrong people, your pricing is probably too low and you're getting people who have low commitment. And so I'm just speaking to this because it's true and I'm not afraid to say it. There are those of you who, if you're highly committed and you're willing to reach out and put all of the stories of why you can't or why you can and all of this aside and are ready to be a level 10 commitment, then you know who you are. And this is a perfect match for you. For those of you who are still somewhere in the middle of 5 or 6, whatever, then that's perfect too. That's where you're at. I honor that. It's not going to be everybody's perfect time, and we all operate in divine timing. And this thing, this thing isn't unlimited with its who it can accommodate. It's a container. So I hope that also not just gives you insight into how I'm like bringing this program together. I trust this provides a lot of insight for those of you who are creating groups, for those of you who are selling programs, for those of you who are filling spots. Don't sell people, invite them. Don't sell anymore. People don't like energy of sales. Invite people to be a part of something special. Enroll them in the process, not the sale. Enroll them in the process, not the sale. Enroll them in the vision, actually. Correction, enroll them in the vision, not the sale. Your job is to enroll somebody in the vision, and we're used to hearing this for a long time with network marketers, and the energetics of it are so pure and true, it's just been distorted over time. When I sold my mastermind, when I filled it, you asked, there are people like leaning in. I didn't sell anybody. Like, I was like, it's not like this is what we're going to do and I'm selling you on this thing. I told everybody the same thing. My vision is to sit with a circle of the 33 of you and imagine a light coming up from the center of us, and all of us co-creating something really powerful and impactful, a family. And that's what we did. It's why when I was speaking about this group coaching program that is now open, I spoke about it in terms of my vision. My vision is unshakable. My vision is so strong that it's having me show up with this amount of energy. A sales can't have me show up with this level of energy. You know anybody showing up for an hour plus every week on sales? This is my vision. My vision is different than my sales process. My vision is to have 1,000 entrepreneurs impacting 100,000 lives. And my vision is to impact 1 million lives together from a place of the heart. To touch the lives of 1 million people. That is legitimately the highest vision that I hold in my heart. Feel that. I'm not interested in one person doing one thing, right? Wouldn't be a good match. Could I coach a multi-million-dollar CEOs? Of course I could. Would I? No. It's not a match to my vision. So that's also a helpful piece that for some of you this will land as well. Your vision might be incongruent to your offering. If your vision is to like impact the world, but you're doing just high ticket offers to a few people, then that doesn't make any sense. Unless their reach and their scope is really huge, which I know people who take that strategy as well, and that's fine. But for a lot of you, that's not true. For me, I want to impact 1 million lives. How am I going to do that? I want to reach 1,000 entrepreneurs to impact 100,000 people each. I'm going to do everything I can to do that. Right? And so now I'm enrolling you in a vision to be one of the entrepreneurs. How much more exciting is that to you? Because I'm standing confidently here. Here you go. Here is a container to create $100,000 in your life and impact 100,000 lives. How much more exciting is that the thought and the vision of being a part of impacting 1 million heart-centered entrepreneurs, touching the hearts of 1 million entrepreneurs. And I mean 1 million people, not of entrepreneurs. That's my vision. But for you, the 1 million people are people. You're going to touch 1 million people. I'm trying to empower 1,000 entrepreneurs to then go out and reach 100,000 people each, so to impact 1 million lives. How much more exciting is that to you than, hey, I'm going to help you build your business? So notice where you might be trying to enroll somebody in a sale, really trying really hard, and this creates an energy of resistance when you could be enrolling them in a vision. Where do you need help, and do you need to go back in time and look at what your vision is? Your mission is how you show up in the vision. And your mission is to me, my understanding of mission is the consistency of which you show up in order to drive the vision forward. This is my mission. My mission is to be here and to support all of you. This is part of the vision that I see of 1 million people. And so part of my mission is to bring in these 1,000 entrepreneurs. So right now I'm serving my mission, which is why at over an hour right now on a Sunday when I could be doing anything, I do this every single Sunday. I show up with consistency because I'm committed to my vision more than I'm committed to my stories or my excuses or my limitations or my fears. Are you? What are you more committed to, your vision and the level of which you're going to show up to it? Or are you unwilling to say it, but unconsciously, if you're honest with yourself, your stories and your excuses and your limitations are stronger than your vision? You have some work to do, and you need to work with somebody if it's not going to happen internally to really shift that. And this won't be for everybody. This won't be for everybody. But for the people who it is for, it's really going to be for you. My ideal client is impact driven. If you're not here to create impact in the world, I'm not interested in working with you. I'll be honest, I'm not interested in working with you. If you're not heart-centered and impact-driven, I already know, though, that all those people, you all are. I can already feel that. I know that. Right? So sometimes you're trying to enroll the wrong people. You're also trying to enroll the wrong people into the right vision, is the last piece of this. You're trying so hard to get people to be part of this vision. Again, network marketers, coaches, people make these mistakes all the time. These are little tweaks that I'm telling you, little tweaks can mean the difference between $0 or $10,000 and $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100,000. It's not, these are not big things. These are little tweaks. And then once you get beyond that, then you're talking high level strategy, right? Yeah. Marissa, you are part of a global movement. We're about to take off big time. That's it for me, guys. Like I said, for those of you who are already a yes and you know it, reach out for the group coaching program. We launch off shortly. Strategy sessions are in progress. We have one person signing up we literally have one person signing up every single day. Again, I'm not going to say how many spots there are because I don't want to speak to that, and I don't even want to get into like implementing that psychology. When I am clear on that, and if it gets to a point where it continues to fill up like one person every single day, then I will speak to this where it's at. But for now, yeah, reach out if you're interested, if you're a vibrational match. I will then take you through a process of like having a further conversation. All right, family. Blessings on this Sunday. As always, feel free to tag somebody who you think this message might resonate with. Feel free to invite people into the collective for these trainings. We have another training on Sunday. This was a bonus training on Thursday. I think I kept speaking about this like it was Sunday. It's Thursday. It's a bonus training. I forgot even. That's how in it I was. So we'll be back here again on Sunday. Before then, if you want to invite anybody to join, do so. Feel free to drop any questions in the comments below if something was left outstanding for you. Happy to tune into it. I send you my love. I'm here in full support. Yes, it is a Thursday, Aaron. I send you my full support. I really, 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 my prayer for all of you is to just dissolve anything that's holding you back and to create what it is you're here to create. This is so far beyond the human and its desires. You all, if you're feeling any frustration or resistance in anywhere of why something isn't working for you, it's because you know what you're here to do. You know your mission. You know the vision, right? And so it's exciting to be a part of supporting that and know that you have a support system here to do so. All right, everybody. Blessings.